bottom of the hour. We're back on Get Up here. My general manager, Mike Tannenbaum, is with me, and we're going to do some QB quick reads. And I want to explain to everybody exactly what we're planning to do here. So everyone knows about the first two quarterbacks, who are going to go in this draft. Everyone knows Fernando Mendoza is going number one, and everyone is wondering where Ty Simpson is going to go. There are three quarterbacks who will go somewhere after that. Maybe late round 2 is where the beginning of the conversation is. Maybe round 3, maybe even sliding into round 4. And they are Carson, Beck, Garrett Nussmeier, and Drew Aller. So what I wanted to do, we'll do each one of them quickly, is show everybody what makes them good, what it is that might make them hopeful that this guy could turn into something, and then show us why it is they're still going to be available as deep as they're going to be. Start with Carson Beck.
Okay, great. Look, he is well built. He's 6'4", he's experienced, he has 43 starts, and he's been productive. He has 88 touchdowns. He has a really good arm. Looking here against Florida State, gets the ball out of his hands quickly, and he's accurate. The next play we have, you're going to see, again, move in the pocket, great deep ball accuracy for a touchdown.
That's against Notre Dame, too.
And that's against Notre Dame.
Right.
And here's the bad play. National championship game, you have a chance to win. 50 seconds to go in the game, you throw the ball into double coverage on first down. That can't happen. There's going to be somebody that says, hey, I could take the good at 6'4", 43 starts, and we can eliminate that decision. And we have Matt Schaub in the third round, a good starter. So we can eliminate the negatives with Beck. You really may have something.
Look, there was a time, and people remember him from his days at Georgia. People were forecasting him to be the first pick in the draft. Mel is projecting him to be the third quarterback in this class. Field Yates has his question marks. What sense are you getting, if any, Jeff Darlington, from the people you talk to about when roughly we should be expecting to hear the name of whoever the third quarterback is in this class?
I still continue to hear at least day 2, and this does not feel like any type of situation where a team will reach into the first round for one.
No.
This draft feels much more in terms of support system quarterbacks. Bring them in, groom them, let them play a backup role for several years. I do not see a team jumping into the first to get these guys.
No, nor do I. To be clear, I'm not even 100% sure Ty Simpson's going to go in the first round. I'm not sure that any of these other quarterbacks will go in round 2. I think we'll see at least one of them go in round 3. Maybe it will be Garrett Nussmeier. Let's do him. Give me a quick read. Show me some things he does well, and then the thing that you'd be concerned about.
Yeah, 23 starts. He's slightly undersized, but he's accurate. Look at this tight window throw against Vandy. That's an NFL window. That's a really good throw. Next throw, down the field. Look at this window, Greeny, against Florida. That's an outstanding throw. And then sometimes he makes bad decisions and he's careless. We have a throw here against South Carolina in the end zone. You can't make that play into double coverage. You're taking points off the board. So again, similar to Beck, if we can eliminate some of those mistakes, you may have a starter. I have him below Beck because of his size. I'm a little concerned about his durability.
Yeah, doesn't have the measurables that Beck does. The guy who does is Drew Aller from Penn State. When this season began, a lot of people projected him to be the first pick. If you created a quarterback in a lab, he would look just like this.
That's exactly right, Greeny. And he has a really good arm against UCLA here. Makes an outstanding throw. And he can get the ball down the field. Ironically, this is against Oregon, good and bad. That's a perfect throw, again, at 6'5". And then in overtime, this is an absolute killer mistake. Dylan Thiemann makes a good play. On first down, you can't throw the ball into double coverage. So dealt with an injury, made some mistakes at key times. Again, someone's going to look at Drew Aller's frame, his character, and his upside and say, hey, if we can eliminate the mistakes to get somebody like that in the middle rounds with incredible upside, someone's going to take a shot on him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one that I think, look, Drew Aller seemed to have everything going his way this season. Everything at Penn State went wrong, right? I mean, you don't need me to tell you all the things that went wrong at Penn State. Someone grab him, put him on their bench, let him learn for a year or two. Maybe you wind up with a diamond in the rough. Now, there's one other thing. To Philadelphia we go. The Eagles are slated to make their first pick night 1 at number 23. General manager Howie Roseman says he tends to overcompensate when it comes to his draft day approach because he thinks about his first round draft misses every day. And that aggressive approach, though, has helped him land late first-round prospects like Devontae Smith and Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Quinyon Mitchell. None of those coming in the top 3 or 4 picks where you usually get the top-line players. Jeff, what are we looking at here with the Eagles right now? If the Eagles draft a wide receiver at number 23, the world will immediately make assumptions about A.J. Brown. What is your sense of all this?
As they should. I would imagine, from speaking to people around the NFL, they do anticipate the Eagles operating from a place that A.J. Brown will not be on their roster week 1. Now, certainly things could change, but when you're going into a draft with a player that you're waiting until after June 1st to potentially trade, you have to operate within those mindsets. You have to think about, what is our team going to look like without A.J. Brown if and when we trade him? So if they take a wide receiver, absolutely come to that conclusion. I also do think, though, even if they don't take the wide receiver, that is not a suggestion that A.J. Brown will be sticking around. This is a team that will be operating in this draft as if they eventually will be moving A.J. Brown, whether they ultimately do it or not.
And Domonique, this is, now we're getting a little closer to declarative than we've had in the past on this whole situation in Philly. So once and for all, is that the right move? I've had people up here tell me you don't get better by trading away a player that good. What is your sense of that in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they've made the decision that they're going that direction or not. It felt like they got to a point at the end of last year that it was clear for everyone. And they've already started operating the way that Jeff's talking about. They brought in Dontavian Wicks to replace A.J. Brown should he move on. They already have Devontae Smith out there, and they've added Hollywood Brown. Like, they have the receiving core to pass on a receiver in the first round if they want to, and go with maybe O-line or an edge rusher to reinstate that power that they had with their front four on defense and with their front five on offense.
I want to give one more name to everybody, Mike T, and I'll let you do it. I think you mentioned it yesterday. If they're looking for a bigger physical receiver late in the first round of this draft, not that anyone replaces A.J. Brown because he's a great player, but someone to sort of do some of the things that he does, there may be that guy in this draft.
Denzel Boston, University of Washington, 4-year starter, big physical receiver. He profiles like A.J. Brown. Again, not saying he's going to be,
right,
but to what Nick just talked about, he's a perfect complement to the undersized quickness of Hollywood Brown, Devontae Smith. So I know we're in the speculation game. If they would draft Denzel Boston, not saying they're going to, but if they did, that would be a very meaningful sign about the future of A.J. Brown in Philly.
It is such a great little moment in sports, because we got the NFL draft next week, and we got the NBA playoffs underway, and we...
Everyone, it is Fraud or Law with the only contestant in the history of the show, Mike T, our buddy Mike Tannenbaum. All right, you know how to play this game, Mike Tannenbaum. Our first caller, Fireman Ed.
Oh.
He says the Jets should fill out their draft card right now. Take David Bailey with the second overall pick. Is that fraud or something we should log?
Yeah, Tyler, that is a fraud. Look, David Bailey's going to be a great player. Ironically, he reminds me a little bit of John Abraham, but we're going to go with Arvell Reese. Not only did we see him be productive as a pass rusher, but his versatility, he had over 370 snaps in coverage. So the tiebreaker to me is Arvell Reese's ability to play in space, play in coverage, something that we didn't see David Bailey do as much. So I'm taking Reese over Bailey for the Jets.
All right, so our next caller is our good friend Brian Custer. BC is our resident Cowboys fan here, and he believes that they should trade up from 12 and draft Sonny Styles. Is that fraud or laud, Mike T?
Scooby, that is fraud. We love Sonny Styles. I think he's going to be a great player. He's 6'5", ran 4.46. It is rare to see somebody of his length, but the Dallas Cowboys are not one player away. Stay at 12, stay at 20. Hopefully you get a corner at 12, come back at a pass rusher at 20. You need 2 starters in the first round, not 1. So I love Styles, but this isn't the year for Dallas to trade up.
All right, Mike T, our last caller into the show, Raiders fan Randy Scott from Las Vegas, and he's got the championship strap on his shoulder because he's there for WrestleMania 42. He says he's hearing a lot of buzz in Sin City that the Raiders are open to trading the first pick. Fraud or laud?
That's capital F's fraud. We love Randy, but we also love Fernando Mendoza. What are we doing here? There's no chance that they don't take Fernando Mendoza. He's going to be a great pro. I've talked about Mendoza since last October. I think he's Matt Ryan and maybe even a better athlete. So we have a big rebuild, Randy. You know that. Let's go get the quarterback and go from there. Take Mendoza. Let's not overthink it.
All right, Mike T, way to bring some clarity to the football world. So you know what? All the good work he's done, he deserves a prize.
Something.
So we got something for you, Mike T. You gotta choose between the doors. Which door do you choose for your pick?
Scooby, let's go with door number 1.
Oh, of course, classic.
Door number 1. you'll be announcing the very last pick in the NFL draft, which belongs to the Broncos, by the way, also known as Mr. Irrelevant. Mike T, well deserved, brother. Well deserved. Thanks for joining.